I wanted to start making videos on here to really just give an open, honest representation of what things look like every day, how I'm focusing on objects, the subjects that I'm photographing. I think more and more people are starting to appreciate formats and tactility, the senses a bit more, and that sort of feeling of work, like physically. I feel like it's useful to have those conversations and to show things as they are, unpolished, raw, and more natural and organic, which I like to think that I bring through into my work. I actually purchased a secondhand light, so I got the Godox AD100 Pro, which is a small sort of flashlight which I use in the studio. It's not anything major, it's quite small, it's compact, so I can carry it around, which I thought was really useful. And I bought this secondhand and it was really reasonable, and I thought if I'm going to start out and start testing things, I don't really want to spend loads of money on specific lighting if I don't necessarily think that I need it. I also purchased recently this diffuser bulb. I think this was like £7, so again, really reasonable. And I just use this on a tripod through a DIY diffusion board, which is here. I made this with 4 pieces of wood from Wix and a bit of tracing paper, and I'm really proud of that because I feel like, again, I would have loved to purchase a scrim, but we're just not all in positions to do so. I use one light at the moment. I bounce light as and where I can. I have been shooting today with natural lighting as well, so I just sort of tailor it to what I feel I need. I don't think I need to overcomplicate it. I'm not in a studio environment on a huge set where I feel like I need hundreds of lights. And I also think it's interesting because I feel like people get really caught up on lighting and how many lights they need and the exact setup, that they don't actually just test things out. And I was stuck on that for a long time and didn't really appreciate how simple lighting can be. So in terms of still life, I really love the study of textures, colours, the feeling that you get when you use these products, the joy that beauty brings to me generally. It's always been an interest of mine, and I just feel like I want to be able to portray that to other people. I want to tell the story. I feel like with beauty, you can experiment so much with, the colours, how the product feels, the ingredients. I would say that it's super important to shoot personal projects alongside commercial work, because I think the more personal things that you shoot, the more you obviously develop behind the scenes, and then you can go into commercial where things are slightly more tailored. I love a commercial project, receiving the brief, working with creatives, working with directors, set stylists, etc., brands in general. And it's so nice to work with a team and have that drive to produce something commercially. But at the same time, I feel like it's also important to push for personal projects. And there's things that I use in everyday life, like makeup brushes, which I will incorporate into my photography. Something that I shot really recently was this Avène Seek Fake moisturizer. Now, I love the feel of this product on the skin, but also when you sort of squeeze it. I wanted the light to hit the highlights and the branding, so the text on the front. I just shot against a red background. For me, that is an example of just finding something that you have some sort of relationship with and shooting it. 2 more objects that I recently picked up are these Acca. So this is an Italian brand, and I am learning Italian, but I don't know how to pronounce these, but they're Acca Kappa. This felt quite excessive because I didn't need toothbrushes to shoot, like I have enough things to shoot with at home. But I had an idea. I used a black background because of the sort of deep wine oxblood colour, and the cream obviously I thought would show quite nicely against the black backdrop. I think I would like to incorporate other products. Like I also bought this Marvis mouthwash, which is a really nice glass bottle, and I just thought together, like as a set, really nice together. So I'm going to continue to work on these. So that is sort of a snapshot into my process and the style of photography that I will hopefully be working on in 2026. I'm very excited for some projects that I have coming up, and I just want to share. But yeah, if there are any other people who are in the same industry working on similar projects, I'd obviously love to hear about those. And here's to 2026.